Who gets what in the finance minister's budget? I am going to focus on 5 key takeaways which we will talk about in this video. We will start with, of course, direct taxation, healthcare, infrastructure, financial sector and institution, and minimum government and maximum governance. To start with, I am talking about the direct taxation part. However, this is going to be the first budget which leaves the direct taxation unchanged. However, there are few tax incentives which has been announced by FM today. Here, take a look. Advanced tax liability on dividend income to arise only after the payment of dividend, which means that now whatever the dividend an investor earns will be exempted from tax deduction at source. The second announcement in the series, which also includes the compliance part in the tax form. So far, the compliance for taxpayers includes the details of salary income, tax payment and TDS. From the April 1st, 2021, which we going to file for the next financial year, we will see the details of capital gains from the listed securities, dividend income and interest income to also be pre-filed in the tax forms. Apart from that, senior citizen attaining the age of 75 years may not need to file income tax return. This is going to be a huge relief for those senior citizens living in remote areas. Apart from that, faceless distribution resolution mechanism for small taxpayer has been introduced by the FM today. Advanced tax liability to dividend arise only after declaration, but also they added that foreign portfolio investor to get deduction on tax on dividend at a lower treaty rate. However, there are certain disappointment from the oil marketing companies' perspective. Agri-infra cess has been introduced on the rate of 2.5% on gold, silver and ore bars, also 100% on alcoholic beverages and 17.5% on crude palm oil. However, there would be no additional burden on the consumer overall, as the finance minister also proposed to reduce basic custom duty on these items. Moving on, the financial sector and the institution has been also highlighted in the FM budget speech. To start with, FM announced a bad bank setup, the organization which has been in talks for quite some time. Now the FM has announced that, where this will be set up through an asset reconstruction company model, and that's what she said in the 2021 budget speech. Details of the proposal are still awaited. However, the institution is commonly known to be a bad bank, which will be a major boost for bad asset resolution in the financial system, and has been in the work for quite some time. So bank can transfer bad assets to this entity at a discount. Expert then attempt to a resolution through a professional approach, while originating banks can focus on the new business. FM also talk about the DFI, Development Financial Institution. However, she already announced to set up a DFI in the previous budget, but this time we will see the bill which will have the details and the whole structure of the DFI in the budget fine-tunes. Apart from that, the financial sectors and the infrastructure also get NHAI to set up InvITs to attract global funds, in line with the lot of announcement which we have been seeing in 2020. Also, there are a lot of global funds like pension and sovereign funds which had a meeting with Pradhan Mantri Narendra Modi last year during the November. Apart from that, there is an allotment of 20,000 crore for bank recapitalization. So there are a lot of announcements related to financial sector and infrastructure to boost the whole infrastructure sector here. Finally, the healthcare, the much awaited one, the National Health Policy in 2017 has pointed out that India should put more money to the health infrastructure and should increase the 2.5% of the GDP. The existing allocation is about 1.4% of the GDP. So this time FM has come up with a whole scheme setting up a PM Atmanirbhar Swasth Bharat Yojana, which with an outlay of 64,000 odd crore on healthcare over 6 years, where we will see the GDP of 2.5% to be allocated in another 6 years. Strengthening the health infrastructure in all districts and essentially focus on the primary healthcare would be the focus area of this particular Swasth Bharat Yojana. We will also see a separate allocation for COVID-19 which will be around 35,000 crore in FY22. This whole budget of FY22 has been essentially focused on infrastructure, healthcare and more capital spending. However, we have seen the fiscal deficit losing the target, and what the FM also indicated that to get back to fiscal consolidation path by FY16, they are aiming at to reach below 4.5% by FY 2016. This year, the fiscal deficit target is about 9.5%, and for FY20, she indicated that the fiscal deficit going to be 6.8%.
If you like this video, share it and subscribe to Business Standard. For more news, views and insights, log on to www.business-standard.com. Do also follow us on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Telegram and LinkedIn.